I grow bored of our talks. I grow bored of your world. I have no counting of how much time I've lost in the labyrinth you call the internet. For all its secrets and all its depths, it has revealed so very little. Peel back the flimsy veneer of that which differentiated it from Toril, and Earth is just as meaningless in subtly different ways. You are all so petty. Your world is burning, almost literally, and you indulge in trivialities as if it will change anything. You stand in the fire and whine on Twitter that it's hot. You are ruled by despots and madmen, and you do nothing. Would any of you even care if it all burned down tomorrow? Toril has its flaws, but no one has ever accused its peoples of being stupid. Once I thought to conquer your world when I reached it. Now I hardly think it's worth the honor. Perhaps, once I learn the secrets of ripping down the walls between the worlds, I'll keep going. I'll tear apart your stupid, pathetic world until there's nothing left but atoms and unpleasant memories. And then I'll find a better one. Does anyone remember what game we were playing? No, it was Vampire the Masquerade, right? You were playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Uh-huh.
We switched to Shadowrun Returns.
Oh, good, yeah. A little peek behind the kimono, listeners. We basically took all of August off, and most of September, which was fine.
Most of September?
Okay, like half of September.
Okay.
I mean, it's September now, yeah.
And it was fine because we had a long backlog of episodes, but yeah, we're finally getting back into Fracture now.
Excellent series
Sorry
of
about the
personal
typing.
crises.
Yeah, it was great.
It's just a non-stop series of
Bullshit. Yeah, just a parade of bullshit. We are going to be starting back on the Prime Material plane at the Tremaine estate. Which, for our listeners who don't remember, is the home of the original Fail crew. The Ember Tremaine, his husband Escher, Vasha Damek, and Bakunawa. I would like to start with Bakunawa. It is about 2:00 in the morning. It is the dead of winter. There's probably about a foot of snow on the ground outside. But Baku isn't the type to sleep unless they're about to collapse.
Right. So
2 a.m. What's Baku doing?
Baku probably hasn't even noticed that there's like all this snow outside because like all nerds suddenly got in their little head like, okay, I'm a sorcerer, but Mom's a wizard. What if I could apply wizard logic to make my rabbits talk? Like all nerds, there's a question in the middle of the night that must be solved.
Alright, so Baku is in the middle of that, trying to see if they can perhaps warp a speak with animals spell to be permanent or to affect a different creature, something like that.
Right.
When all of a sudden, from outside the door, they hear a very familiar creak sound, like the floorboards creaking, and a shadow passes by just out of their vision.
Oh, that is interesting. A familiar creak, you said?
Yeah, it's the same creak that is made anytime someone walks past your office, Baku. But it is a little late for anyone to be up.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird since they stayed up. Let's see. Can I investigate? Can I roll something?
You could roll a perception check if you'd like, certainly.
Okay.
How do we roll a die? It's been like a month and a half.
Yeah, it's been a while, so.
2 and a 2 is a 4. How does Baku only have a +2 in perception?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, with a 4, maybe it's a servant? Who knows?
God. They're like, well, I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm a nerd, back to work.
That's fine. So instead, let's swap to just down the hallway, where Escher and Ember are probably, like, responsible adults, actually asleep. Well, I say responsible.
One of them is responsible.
At least one
They
of them
don't
is
act like
responsible.
Ember Tremaine responsible.
And Escher is really only responsible like 75% of the time. When you were a young couple, Ember, right after Escher was transformed magically by the blessing of Lathander from a vampire to a mortal, he started this trend of falling asleep with his head on your chest so he could hear your heartbeat. And it started off very romantic, but unfortunately it's a habit he never broke, and now he just falls asleep on top of your chest all the time. And Escher does snore. It's not like the loud snoring, it's like the soft snoring, but it's really hard to ignore. You know what I mean? Especially since he's directly on top of your chest. He's not a cartoon character, Val. I don't know.
Sorry, I need some Foley in my life.
It's just like the little bubbles that come up every time.
Oh,
He's
God.
also not an anime character.
Yeah, little, like, snot bubble out of...
I think also,
Okay.
like, Ember is probably being, like, a dude who's, like, 6 feet tall and all muscle is probably, like, 1,000 degrees at all times. So,
Yeah, I think Escher sees that as a feature, not a bug. So
yes. Well, I think that's probably fine for Escher, but Ember's probably always kind of,
Yeah.
like, trying to be not
Yep.
as boiling hot. So I
That
have
sounds
a
like an
feeling
Ember
that, like,
problem.
Yep, I have a feeling like Ember spends his night like trying to like curl up into the smallest side of the bed as possible. Escher's the equivalent of the cat who keeps following her around.
Yep, pretty much. So you are both sound asleep, and from outside there is a very loud crash that wakes you both up immediately. You don't have to make a check or anything.
Where did I hear it from?
Outside your window. And you are on probably like the 3rd story. The Tremaine estate it's not like a castle, but it's like the next step down from a castle. It's pretty big.
Ember gives Escher a look, who I'm assuming is also wide awake, and says, "What the fuck was that?"
Escher is
and
still
gets
like
up to
rubbing
the window.
his eyes like, what the fuck just happened? So you get up and go to the window, you said?
Yes.
Some of the forest is on fire outside.
The what?
The forest outside your estate is on fire.
Escher?
Okay.
Escher?
What?
We have a problem.
What's the... before he can finish that sentence, I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. You know I cannot do that!
Yeah, you have disadvantage on that.
I know!
Oh, no!
I also do not have even a modifier for it.
Oh,
Escher's
my
got a
God.
+4 though, so we've got that
Good
going.
for him.
We're doing great, y'all.
No, he
Oh,
rolled
boy.
a natural one.
Boy.
Oh my god.
We're doing great.
I don't even know why I should roll. I'm not even, like, I feel like I shouldn't even roll.
No, you have to roll with disadvantage. Do it.
Oh my god.
What?
What is the...
Escher rolled a natural
20?
one. This is going to be like your one opportunity to roll better than your husband on a dex
Oh
save.
my
Not
God.
gonna happen.
You actually rolled better. Unfortunately, you still both failed.
Really.
Of course.
You both take 30 points of damage as the wall explodes around you, and you both go falling for 11 points of falling damage. So that's a total of 44 points of damage.
Okay. Where do I keep my weapons? That's a good question.
Not on you, you are unarmed and in your pajamas.
Yeah.
Right, you were asleep.
My pajamas are just a pair of sweatpants.
Baku and Vasha, you're both on opposite sides of the castle, but it is kind of difficult not to hear the sound of a wall exploding and part of the
Right.
castle crumbling to dust.
Right.
Vasha, where are you?
So it's like 2 a.m. I'm probably in Kostya's room.
Trancing, probably.
Out of character at Amber and Kay. Do we want to do the thing? You know, the thing that we actually had planned?
So a peek, another peek behind the kimono, listeners. For those of you who aren't on our Discord server, this game is getting pretty meta in the sense that Bashaba, who has been able to see through the veil and has been talking to not only you guys in the form of the little snippets and stuff, has also been talking to the players. They've been concocting a plan for this episode behind my back. I'm very, very interested to see what this plan is.
If you can adapt it, Val, because we're already awake.
Yeah, I know. It's
We can
kind
do
of,
it. I think it's fucking just, it's illusion. It's just a... just
Okay.
do it.
All right, do it then, Val.
Okay. Okay, let me just read it again real quick.
You want me to still do the thing?
Oh, number 5. I don't know that we can do it.
Oh my god, there's a list.
Exactly. I was like, go back and open it.
There's a list. I'm very excited.
Okay, Val, just do it.
Okay, hang on. All right. So Vasha just snaps out of their trance. Just, they weren't trancing that deeply. They trance better now that Kostya is back, but they've always still just kind of had a bit of tension in them, understandably. But Kostya had been dreaming, and it wasn't his usual kind of dreams. He had been plagued lately with, memories of the nothing and, the fear of being trapped by Nagath, the very concept of nothingness, ceasing to exist. And this was completely different. This one, he saw Moran and someone beheading her. And then it shifted, as dreams do. And he heard a shriek. And it was a shriek that he knew in his bones. That horrible, horrible thing. And then it shifts again. And he'd only seen these people a few times when they came to the house trying to get help. They all were kind of tired of helping people out and saving the world. But now he sees that same person standing over their bodies. And then he sees Vasha. Vasha is dying. And then he wakes up.
To the sound of an explosion, no less.
Right. He's like,
I should mention that this explosion has rattled the entire castle, physically rattled it. Like, you can feel the tremors for several seconds after the explosion fades.
Vasha's having throwbacks to those horrible, horrible earthquakes.
I forgot about those.
For our listeners, we really don't have time to get into the Rise of Nagath. You heard brief snippets of it. They fought the concept of nothingness. It's a long story. But yeah.
The previous time they saved the world.
Yeah, they did save the world, that is true. They did a better job of it than the current failures are currently doing.
Yeah, well.
They're doing their best.
They are. Okay, so I think with that explosion, Vasha is immediately reaching for armor, is immediately reaching for their arrows,
all right,
need to find out what's going on.
You have, I think it takes 10 minutes to don medium armor?
Yes.
So you are going to have to waste 10 minutes if you want to do this, and a lot of stuff is going to happen very quickly.
Yeah, it's I don't think we have time for that.
You can you can grab your bow and arrow. That's basically a free action. But if you actually want to put on your armor, that's another matter entirely.
Okay. I think then Vasha's just gonna grab for their bow and arrows. And Kostya is also gonna grab.
He's a swordy ranger, right?
Yeah, he's got a rapier.
Okay.
He has a small buckler type shield.
Okay. And what are you going to do as soon as you grab your arms?
Run towards the sound of the explosion?
Okie dokie, then. You run down the hallway, I imagine pretty frantically, and it does not take long to see where the source of it comes from. The hallway is full of smoke and blowing snow now, and there is a giant fucking hole in the side of the castle on the other end of the hallway. Right where Ember and Escher's bedroom used to be.
Kostya just shouts out, Ember! Ember, where are you? Escher!
Ember, your head is ringing pretty bad. I assume 40 measly hit points didn't kill Ember fucking Tremaine.
No, of course
not even close. But you also fell like a full story, which hurt.
Yeah.
Your head is ringing. There is smoke and snow filling the air. You can't really see very well.
The fucking house is gonna get repaired again.
Oh, your poor house.
You can't see Escher immediately.
Oh shit. That's my priority. I look around frantically trying to find him.
Eventually, well, actually, roll a perception check or investigation, whichever is higher.
Why do you do these things to me?
It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you. You have to roll die.
I know that's true, but it's like the specific things that I'm inherently horrible at.
Oh, 19.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, with a 19, your head clears pretty quickly. Escher is trapped underneath a beam.
Oh shit. I run over. Hey, are you okay? Babe, wake up. Or if you're not awake. I don't know if you're awake.
You can't immediately tell, but when you grab him by the shoulder and shake him, he comes awake a little bit. His leg is trapped, but he seems alive and mostly intact. He's got a little bit of blood on his forehead, but so do you. You fell like 3 stories. So,
Do I notice if anybody else is around me yet?
not immediately, no. But that makes sense. The master bedroom is right above like the kitchen or like the dining hall, which no one is going to be in at 2 in the morning.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna shout, help! Somebody help! And then I'm going to start shoving at the beam with every inch that strength I've got.
make a strength check, and Baku, let's jump back to you.
Yeah, I was like, where am I in all this?
Yeah, so something exploded on the other side of the castle, Baku. What
Yeah.
do?
Yeah, Baku is definitely
20 fucking 3. I forgot how OP Ember is. Ember,
23.
Ember picks up the beam and throws it.
Too bad your husband is not alive or not awake. He's see this, but yeah,
He's
Baku
awake.
definitely hears all of the clamor and like they didn't notice anything before, but now something is definitely wrong. Also, they had no idea it was snowing. They're like, oh, it's cold out. Interesting.
I feel like we've
an
got more
afterthought.
important priorities, yeah, but
Right. That's something that they noticed as they, rush to like go downstairs. Like, is everyone all right? Hello?
You can't go downstairs immediately because half of the stairs are
That is true. As
disintegrated
close as
away.
possible.
You can see Kostya and Vasha standing at the lip of this massive hole of destruction on the side, and that's all you can see at the moment. You don't know where anyone else is. Actually, no. Mama Tremaine is coming out off the opposite end of the hallway. Says, "What was that? Oh my god!" What do you want to do, Baku?
I can see Vasha and Kostya.
Yep, and now Mama Tremaine.
Yeah, they're gonna call out like, "Is everyone all right? What happened?"
Pretty sure an explosion?
Yeah. We seem to be missing some people.
That's a good point.
Ember and Escher are down there.
you
I
can
don't
see
know where anybody else is.
You can see Mama Tremaine. You have not seen any servants. You have not seen Moran.
Uh-oh. Yes. You, Tremaine, should definitely look for other members of Tremaine. Has anyone seen Moran?
And, just an icy chill runs down Kostya's back at the mention. No. But, Baku, I think something big is going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know, I had this weird dream. Your mother, something happened to her. We need to find her.
Okay, how do we get there from where we are?
Well, you know where her bedroom/office is, Baku. You could definitely go and find it. It's not in the area of huge destruction, which is a plus.
But do we want to separate?
That's a good question.
Kostya and Vasha could go with you if needed, or
Yeah, just
well,
leave
yeah, I
Escher
guess-
and Ember down in the rubble. It's probably
I was gonna
fine.
say, we could be dead. You
one
sons
or
of
the
bitches.
other of them can go with you, and the other can stay and help as best they can from 3 stories up.
I guess, yeah, Baku's gonna be like, what do you mean, Kostya?
I don't know. Somebody was hurting her. Was killing her. But I don't know.
Maybe now would be a good time to have your vision.
Well, they're standing.
I mean,
Okay, sure, yeah. Alright. So, yeah, as Kostya is talking about, like, Baku's mom, Moran, being in trouble, they're like, as they're asking, like, what do you mean? They suddenly are hit with exactly the same thing that Kostya saw, although they don't know that. They see visions of Moran being murdered. They see their friends in peril. They see those really weird new people that were hitting on their mom before. Like, I don't know. Those weird people that entered the Tremaine estate and, like, suddenly, like, rushing all at them all at once, and they just kind of like, whoa, okay. I think I know what you're talking about, because I think I saw something too.
Escher from below, like, oh no, don't let me interrupt this bonding time. We'll just pull this beam off my leg on our own.
And then Baku yells down, Vasha can help! Come on, Kastya, let's go.
Vasha's still like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about this? How do I get down there? What am I doing?
Improvise! Think of something!
I mean, I don't have 3 stories worth of rope with me.
Oh, that sounds like a you problem.
It's like you came really unprepared to it.
I know.
You came unprepared to this surprise attack.
I know. It's how could have we have known in the middle of the night?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so, like, Vasha isn't the type to just jump in a random hole, unlike, Ember.
Mm-hmm.
This is a call-out post.
Yeah, he's only done things the difficult way a couple of times.
Look, I've found that jumping in random holes is generally very successful.
Has it though, Ember? Has it?
I have a 100% success rate so far.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
You could try going down to the dining hall. The stairs are partially destroyed, but
I think I have the dex to make it down.
that's true.
Yeah, I think Vasha's gonna try to go down that way and try to help out.
Okay, make a dex check, and let's get back to Baku, and I guess you're taking Kostya with you.
Yeah, because we're vision bros now, I guess.
That's not a natural, but it's still a 20, so yeah. You dexterously leap over a huge gap in the stairway, and make your way... It's very Legolas. Very Legolas. You leap over a hole in the floor and head around to the bottom of the stairs and through to the dining hall. But first, let's talk about Baku.
Yeah, let's talk about Baku.
Baku.
Mm.
You and Kostya both head to Moran's bedroom/office, and you pull open the door, probably a little bit frantic, I imagine, is what Baku's feeling right now.
Yeah.
And you see... Well, it takes a while for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, Baku, and when they do, despite the ominous circumstances that drew you out, the first thing you see is a familiar sight. It's your mother, albeit shrouded in shadow from the moonlight-filled window behind her. She is sitting at her desk, as she usually does, even this late at night. She's facing the door, so she must see you, but she doesn't react to your presence.
Baku is going to, like, very nervously glance to Kostya, like, and just, like, whisper, like, did you see what I saw?
I mean, I assume so. I don't know, I've never shared a dream before.
Baku is going to hesitantly be like, Mother? Mom?
She doesn't answer. Slowly, her head falls forward, almost like she's nodding off in her sleep. But her head keeps falling, and then, with a sickening sound, falls off her shoulders entirely, landing on the desk in front of her. The sudden absence leads to a second revelation. There's someone standing behind her.
Lovely. Even though Kay knew this was going to happen, yeah, Baku is going to stifle a scream, and... What do?
Hello there, Baku Nawa, says the woman by the window. There are huge black antlers growing from the top of her head. I don't think we've been properly introduced. My name is Bashaba. Would you be so kind as to go fetch your friends for me and have them all meet downstairs? There's something we need to discuss.
Baku sends a message.
To who?
To, I guess, Vasha? Like, there's a goddess up here, help!
There's what?
A goddess! We all have to go downstairs now!
I mean, I'm already downstairs.
Okay, we'll go meet you then. Let's go, Kostya.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What do you do, Baku?
I guess do as she says, like, Okay, we will go downstairs.
Okay.
You just killed my mom in front of me. I'm not going to.
Ember, with a 23 on that strength check, you pretty easily heft the beam off of Escher, and he seems fine. I mean, he's not fine. He fell 3 stories and then had one leg partially crushed by a beam. So fine isn't like the first descriptor you, but he's conscious and he's lucid. And he, grabs your shoulders and tries to heave himself up to middling success. He says, "What the fuck just happened?"
How the fuck am I supposed to know? And as he says this, he's gonna get out of nowhere just like a blinding light and a vision, and it says, "Call Lathander."
1-800-CALL-A-THANDER.
Hello, call the Morning Lord.
You've reached the services of the Morning Lord. If you need further
You've reached Morning Corp. Thank you for holding.
So I think Ember takes like a couple steps back and like looks like somebody just bashed him over the head, and just like looks wildly around at Escher and says, "Did you hear that?
Hear what? What are you talking about?"
I just got somebody like shouting, screaming in my ear, telling me to call Lathander."
What? Why?
I don't know. I mean, our house is on fire. And I don't know where anyone else is. I think Ember looks like he's had divine intervention before.
It is at this moment. I imagine that Vasha probably comes around down the hallway after that dex check, vaulting over the gap in the stairs. Okay, so Vasha, you come around the corner right as Ember is still reeling from this very loud message. You can see it's not a great tableau. Like, you can see 2 of your best friends standing in this pile of rubble. Escher looks like his leg is broken. Ember has some blood running down his face.
But he still looks cute.
Of course.
I'm not attracted to you, Ember. I'm attracted to your brother. Come on.
As long as he's not my
You are
husband.
not twunky enough.
I'm offended by the very notion.
Wow.
I feel like on the twink twunk hunk scale, Ember is definitely on the far end of the hunk spectrum.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he absolutely is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Baku, go ahead and make a dex check to see how gracefully you get over the gap in the stairs.
This is not gonna go well.
Vasha has like a +6. You do not have a +6.
No, they are a lot of Dragonborn. Yep, that's about what it seems
That's
like.
a 5. Okay, that's a 5 is what that is. So not only do you not get over the gap in the stairs, you are going to take some fall damage.
Yep.
You fall about 20 feet, and you land for 10 points of falling damage.
Okay.
Like a graceful eagle, plummeting into the floor.
Ow.
But you are successfully on the lowest level now.
Oh, good.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you did it. Unorthodox, but you did it.
So Vasha, comes around a corner, kind of like, those, videos of a cat, screaming into a wall. So they, around a corner too fast.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah. A very clear image, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Ember, Escher, Baku said there's something... They said something about Bashaba.
I'm here, it hurts!
Okay, I think Ember's going to take this as a reason that he needs to actually do this. So he's going to take out his holy symbol and start muttering a prayer, asking Lathander to come to his aid.
As you do that, Ember, there is a rush of air and magic on the far side of the hallway, sort of between where you and Escher are standing and between where Vasha and Baku are scrambling down the hallway. And she says, "Oh, good, we're all here. Thank God. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of you are there? It's only 4, right? Are we forgetting anyone? You're all here. I think all of you are here anyway. Okay, so listen, we have to talk. What are you doing?" And she's looking at you, Ember.
Oh, I'm ignoring her entirely.
Oh, no, don't do that. No, I'd really rather you didn't. It's just I've had a really long day putting all this together, and the room is suddenly suffused with golden light. Bashaba's mouth curls in distaste, like there's a bad taste in the back of her throat. "Shit," she mutters. "I should have seen this one coming. Hi, Lathander. How's it going?"
Jesus Christ.
Lathander the Morning Lord, golden hair literally glowing in the darkness, translucent golden wings outstretched to a massive 10-foot span behind him, hefts his hammer, lights wrath into one shoulder and frowns. Bashaba, he answers, we simply must stop meeting like this. Couldn't agree more, Lightslinger. Lathander turns his shining golden eyes to Ember. Champion, he says, were you the one who sent her to Mount Celestia? Not that I'm upset necessarily, I just rather have had some warning?
What?
Mount Celestia? My lord, no. No, I would have contacted you.
He says, well, for some reason she wound up in Mount Celestia not that long ago.
What the? Ember's looking between Lathander and Bashaba and is just like, I just don't know what to say, my lord. I'm sorry?
It's like, sorry actually is probably the best thing to say. She is not good company.
Yeah, I can see that.
She just killed my mom.
She did what? Ember
She
turns
killed
around
Moran.
and spins. Where is Moran?
Shaba's like, listen, don't worry about it. Moran doesn't even exist. None of you exist in, like, the strictest technical sense, but it's fine. She didn't suffer any pain because pain isn't real for her, because she's not real, because none of you are real. Nothing here is real. I hate to cut this whole stupid discussion short. Well, actually, that's not true. I actually relish in cutting this short. But if you don't mind, I want everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Okay, who's within 10 feet of me?
Just Escher, pretty much. And Lathander, although he really does not need the help.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Okay, so Escher, I forgot about this. Escher gets a +3 bonus to saves.
That's true.
Oh, motherfucking... I'm just never gonna get there.
Alright, so anyone who got a less than a 15, which is Kostya and...
Baku.
And Ember.
Yep.
You are going to take... 18 fire damage and 36 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus. Oh boy.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
Yowza.
Escher's down to 41 hit points.
Kostya's at 11.
Oh boy.
Something explodes around you. Shards of falling rock and fire raining down. Lathander is the first to see through the smoke, and he sees a couple of very interesting things.
Oh, nice.
So after this explosion of fire around you, the smoke clears, and you see this massive, maybe 20-foot tall minotaur with cloven hooves and large, curling horns, standing next to this massive machine with a large mouth that looks like it's full of fire. And then, as the smoke clears further, you can see there are actually two more slightly behind that one.
What?
Oh,
of
no.
Both of them, or just the machine?
The machines. There are 3 machines total.
Oh boy.
But it is the Minotaur that steps forward. Who has a very loud, thunderous, deep voice, and he says, "Apologies for the delay, Bashaba."
It's fucking Baphomet. It's the thing that we heard about last time.
Yeah, I know.
That we did, yeah, but they don't know.
I figured that out.
I don't know if we know enough to be able to give them any information about it. There's not anything that I know that it's, like, not good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. We know about it, but, like...
He continues, "We're ready to move to phase 2 of the plan when you are."
There's phases.
Of course. There's always every good plan. I mean, I know you don't plan, Ember, but typically there are steps, phases, if you will.
I don't think that's a good idea. I found that it's better to not do that, but okay.
Bashaba says, "Oh yes, phase 2. Yes." Sorry, I was getting so caught up in watching them in pain. It's great. Yes, where's phase 2? And suddenly appearing right next to you, Ember, is a very familiar face. It's Shemeshka. Right next to you, and she says, "Hello, dearie. I want everyone to roll initiative."
Okay.
Do I have any knowledge about what these creatures might be as Ember, as a religious person?
Hellfire engines?
Yeah.
Roll... you would almost certainly be able to recognize Baphomet. Roll plus religion.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you recognize Baphomet immediately. He is the demon lord of the abyss. He's not a god, but he's about as close to a god as you can get without being a god. Extraordinarily powerful, definitely a match for Lathander.
Oh boy.
No, fuck. Okay.
Okay, we have rolled initiative. First up in the order is Bashaba. Bashaba vanishes.
Of course.
Vasha, you're up.
Thanks.
You have a bow and arrow and no armor. I imagine they're still in their PJs.
I don't think that they wear PJs, but I mean, like, they just, like, put on new clothes or something. I don't know. PJs are just a weird thing when you don't sleep.
They're the elf equivalent of PJs. Work with me here.
Yep. Fantasy PJs.
How far away is everything?
20 feet away.
Jesus, it got that close.
Well, you're 20 feet away from Escher and Ember and Lathander, and there's another 20 feet before you get to Baphomet and the Hellfire engines.
What kind of check could I make? I don't have True Strike.
There's not really a check you can make unless you have True Strike.
Yeah.
I don't know how much fighting we should be doing here. To be completely honest here, we are not equipped for this.
3 Hellfire engines, Baphomet, Bashaba, and Shemeshka? Yeah, that might be...
I know.
You might be a little outstripped.
I think we need to get the fuck out. I think we need to... So
Yeah, okay, so... remind me, so is Escher still pinned then, or what's going on?
He is no longer pinned. Ember got the beam off him, but he does look like his leg is broken.
Okay.
Probably can't run very fast.
Yeah.
I assume something manly sweep him up in his arms or some shit like that.
Obviously. And if you do it for me, I'll be very
And
unhappy.
Ember limps away. It's like, no, don't, babe. I can limp for you.
Okay, then, so I think Vasha is probably gonna go over to Kostia's side and use Cure Wounds to try to get some, hit points back in him, so that they can run away.
Okay. Go ahead and, roll the thing.
I'm gonna do that at a 3rd level.
So he gets plus 10. Kostia gets plus 10. That is Vasha's turn. It is Escher's turn. God, what the fuck does even Escher want to do? He has a 9th level spell slot. He could mass heal, but it seems like he wants to save that in the case they're really fucking boned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which in this particular situation, that could happen.
Outside the realm of possibility.
He's going to cast Spirit Guardians around himself because he can't run. Like, his leg is broken. He's gonna have to wait for Ember to masculinely pick him up in his arms or whatever. So he calls forth spirits to protect him. They flutter around you to a distance of 15 feet for the duration if you are blah 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 blah. When you cast the spell, you can designate any number of creatures you can see unaffected by it. So he designates everyone who's not who's on his side. Unaffected creatures' speed is halved in the area. So if something comes close to them, their speed is going to be halved and they're going to take damage. Actually, Shemeshka is within range of 15 feet, isn't she? So she is going to have to make a wisdom save. 10 is not going to do it, so she is going to take 3d8 damage. It is now Shemeshka's turn. Shemeshka flinches a little bit at the radiant damage because, ow, rude. But she's still fine. She reaches under her cloak and she pulls out a small blood-red amulet.
Oh no.
18 is not good enough. Some sort of magic falls over Escher. Next up in the order are the Hellfire engines.
What does it do to him?
You can't quite tell yet. We are in bullet time. This is initiative.
Right.
All right, so you've got one Hellfire engine who has the big hit left. Everyone make another dexterity saving throw. Well, Escher actually beat his save for once. But Ember, of course, did not. Ember
I don't know why everything has to be dex saves.
I know, I was like, well, we're failing.
So if you beat 15, you take 22. Which is a good thing because that would have killed Escher.
What kind of... So wait, was this the Hellfire engine?
Oh, one of the 3, yes.
Okay.
And the other 2...
so that's 44. Yep, Kostia is down for the count.
If he beat his save, it's half damage.
He did not.
Okay, Kostia is down for the count. the other two Hellfire engines who already used their special sapper thing are going to spend their entire turn slowly, agonizingly rolling the distance toward the edge of the house. And that's all they can do. Hey, Vasha.
Yeah.
A great sound happens above you. Just a really great sound. A very familiar sound. Familiar like, oh no, familiar. Two hideous, huge, shadowy demons swoop down through the hole in the ceiling. And they join the initiative order. There they are. Handsome boy. It's a handsome boy right there.
Oh boy.
A lovely, handsome boy. Two of them, actually.
Oh, okay.
They swoop down toward you shrieking, and you instantly recognize that shriek. It's Lathander's turn. Let's see. Lathander. He regenerates all the hit points that were dealt to him. He is going to use Holy Word on Kostia. Kostia wakes up with 30 hit points. Yay! That was his legendary action, and he is going to heft his hammer high, and come down upon the nearest Hellfire engine. He's got a plus 19 to hit, so unless he rolls a natural 1... Yeah, that's a hit. He deals 65 points of damage to the Hellfire engine. His hammer comes down on top of this huge construct and almost cleaves it in half. There's this burst of holy energy, and he has successfully made himself the biggest target on the battlefield. He says, "Run! Go!"
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
100%.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Next up, Ember.
Okay.
Some sort of
fireman's carry.
Some sort of magic has fallen over Escher's eyes. You have not yet identified what it is.
The first thing he's going to do is he's going to use Cleansing Touch on Escher.
Can you copy-paste the description for me?
Yes.
Beginning at 14th level, you can use your action to end one spell on yourself or one willing creature that you touch. He is not a willing creature.
Uh-oh.
What?
Anything else you want to do this turn? The magic fails.
Yeah, okay. I pick him up on a run.
All right. You're going to have to make a strength check versus his dexterity because he does not want to come with you.
Sure.
You're probably going to beat him, though, because he just rolled a 9.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to...
Oh, barely.
Barely.
Hilarious. So you pick up Escher, who is not willing, which you did not expect. You can get a little bit. You can get kind of far away, not very far.
Does anybody, Baku, do you have any teleportations, Kate? Like, or what does Baku have, Kate?
Nope. I got Dimension Door, that's it.
Dimension Door is handy, though, so...
Can you use it to get... I mean, we need to get away.
It's only somewhere that I can see.
No, it doesn't have to be somewhere you can see. It's 500 feet in any direction.
Yeah, okay, so it's still 500 feet, that's true, yeah.
It is your turn, Baku, by the way.
Oh, is it? Wow, that's convenient.
That is convenient, yeah.
You can bring one willing creature of your size or smaller.
That is a good limitation, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's near me?
Who is the nearest person to you is probably Vasha?
Probably. Who's
And then-
right next to Kostia, too.
Yeah, Ember, you ran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started to run, yeah. He couldn't get super far.
And just, like, the opposite direction.
Just
Yeah,
away. Just
Away,
away, yeah. Away from all of the bullshit.
I can't take both of you, but I can teleport out.
It might be a good idea to take the one who's the most wounded, which would probably be
Yeah.
Kostia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take Kostia.
Okay, yeah, so kind of
Yeah,
they look
Kostia,
at...
like, sees that look in your eyes and in Kostia's eyes and just shoves him at you.
Okay. And then, Baku just nods in agreement and Dimension Doors them the fuck away.
So 500 feet would probably take you to the opposite side of the castle, probably right outside the front door, which is where you could go. Very, very far away from the battlefield. Probably far enough that you would be out of initiative order.
Yep.
500 feet away. Just out. Alright, so that is Baku's turn, grabbing Kostia probably by the scruff of his neck and being like, "Come on!"
Like, sorry about this again, but let's go.
Next up, in the order is Kostya. I assume Kostya is just gonna fall through. You fall through the dimension door. Anything else that Kostya wants to do?
Screaming his head off for Vasha, definitely.
Yeah, Kostya also recognized those nasty, nasty boys that were flying down from the ceiling.
Yeah. And he can't do shit from this range.
You can't just forfeit the turn if you don't want to. Or
Yeah,
you could do so. You do only have 30 hit points.
Yeah. Okay, I guess, like, literally the only thing he can do is, Shield of Faith at this point. So he's gonna do that on, Baku.
That's a +2?
+2 to AC.
Okay. We are back up to the top of the order with Bishaba. The lowest level of the Tremaine estate is the largest by square footage. After all, it is as old as the family is, and the family is quite old. There's a wine cellar on the north end, a small alchemy laboratory on the east, and a wing full of servants' quarters taking up the entire south end. But Bishaba is in storage, searching frantically through the shelves, teeth bared. I can hear you narrating me, you hateful bitch. She is knocking things over, looking for her prize. This particular room is not often used, mostly holding seasonal decorations, formal dinnerware, and relics of adventures gone by. After a while, she stops, dark eyes shining even in the low light. Her fingertips close slowly around the neck of a small glass bottle.
What?
Oh my god, no!
Vasha, it's your turn! To remind you of the scene that has been set, Vasha, Ember just picked up Escher. There is some sort of magic over Escher. You haven't been able to identify what it is. Bishaba vanished. Shemeshka is still there. Lathander just almost completely destroyed one of the Hellfire engines with a single blow, like a fucking badass. Mm-hmm. And Baku and Kostya just dimension doored the fuck out. Oh, and also the structure above your head seems to be getting a little wobbly. So that's probably not good. Yeah, that's probably bad.
What you got there, Bishaba? A vial? No!
I thought the thing was over. I mean, like, isn't it? I can't imagine what use it would be, though.
Good
That's
question.
Well, I mean, I know what it did, but I thought it was over. Like,
yeah, sure seems like that, huh?
Not talking to you, Tessa.
DM's like, that's what you think.
This is actually plot relevant, so we should probably at least mention what it is she has. In the last campaign, Rise of Nagath, the Failers basically stopped the end of the world by absorbing, trapping, containing this force called Nagath, which is the lack of existence. They did it with a device, or with a magical artifact called the Anvatar, which is what Bishaba grabbed. It is extraordinarily powerful. It was so powerful that it was separated into 6 fragments, and they had to make it whole again. And at the very last fight, they used the Anvatar to trap Nagath inside of it. It is still Vasha's turn, I should mention.
Yeah, I know, and I still have no fucking clue what to do.
I would recommend running.
Yeah, I was like, run.
Just get out.
Yeah, just
jump from tree to tree.
Yeah, Vasha's just gonna run, I guess.
You want to dash?
Yes.
Okay, so you can dash 60 feet away, so that'll take you a good distance down the hallway, fleeing as though pursued by bees. It is now Escher's turn. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Is he technically grappled?
Oh no. He's not willing, that is true.
He is not grappled, his hands are free. And you can hear him casting a spell.
Lovely.
God.
A spectral weapon appears behind you, Ember, and is going to swing at you with advantage since you cannot see it. And his spell attack bonus is +12. And you don't have armor on.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I'm not gonna try. Yeah, that definitely.
Okay, so, brace yourself, Ember. This is going to hurt. A spectral, probably be a hammer, comes and hits you in the back of the head, and I need you to, what would this be? A con save to maintain your hold on him?
Okay.
Unless you want to drop him, which you can do.
Of course not.
11 is not going to do it.
I'm rerolling. I'm using Lucky to reroll it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright, that's a natural 20. You managed to hold on to him. So fun fact, spiritual weapon is a bonus action. And he is going to... Oh, there's so many bad things he could do to you. Just so many bad things. He's going to cast harm on you. So make a con save. Alright, so you only take half damage. Are you conscious, Ember?
Yes.
Okay.
So necrotic energy washes over you, and I'm gonna need you to make another con save to maintain your hold. That is also not gonna do it. After the second blow, you finally drop him, and Escher rolls over on top of you, and there is white fire rippling out of his eyes. And he is pinning you down. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, because his strength mod is like 2. But...
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute, he's not like actually pinning me, right? Because I feel like he'd have to actually make a strength check or something to pin me.
Well, he's not making an effort, he's just on top of you, and if you try to move, he'll do something, but right now he's not.
Okay.
So yeah, he is definitely under some sort of mind control charm. Definitely. It is Shemeshka's turn. Shemeshka disappears. It is the Hellfire Engine's turn. They are each going to attack Lathander. I don't think there's a whole lot they can do to him. He is immune to fire damage.
Nice.
Yeah, they can only do, at best, 18 points of damage to him with the Bone Melt Sprayer. He needs to make a dex save. Nope. Yes. Nope. Okay, so that's a total of, well, only 9 acid damage. So that's 18 acid damage total, because the fire damage can't hurt him, so... Actually, I think he's immune to acid damage, too. Hang on. No, he's immune to poison damage, not acid damage. Okay, so he's gonna take a total of 18 points of damage. Oh, poor boy. No, he's fine. Ember, your turn.
Oh.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is lay on hands.
The Vrox pursue you, by the way, Vasha. You can hear them shrieking down the hallway after you. Sorry,
Awesome.
Continue.
Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is lay hands on myself.
When I think about you, I lay hands on myself. Whoa!
I'm feeling myself, literally.
Literally, I am laying hands on myself. I need to heal.
So I pray to my God who is in the hallway.
I pray to my God, he's over there.
I think that's important. Okay, so I heal myself, and I'm not going to try to reason with Escher.
It is pretty clear that that there's some sort of magic on him. Yes.
Okay, what else is around me at this point?
It's pretty much just Escher, but he's over you. Lathander's about 20 feet away, just going to town on those Hellfire engines. Bashaba vanished. The Vrox are in pursuit of Vasha, so it's pretty much just you and your hubby, or what's left of him.
He's fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it's definitely. I definitely haven't planned this out for months now and know exactly what's going to happen.
Excellent.
It's definitely fine. It's all fine.
I think that's the important thing to think about. I don't know why you have that tone with me right now. So, I think we're going to have another vision.
Oh, are we now?
Yes. And it's going to strike him out of nowhere again. And as he steps back, it's going to be Bashaba in the basement with the vial.
Alrighty. That's what you see, Ember. You see a vision of Bashaba in the cellar picking up the Anvatar, that's bad. That she shouldn't have that.
You're like, wait a minute.
And it's, oh god, he's going to hate this. It's going to say, leave Escher, stop Bashaba.
Oh,
no.
Sophie's choice. What's he gonna do?
The voice worked so far.
She's just gonna try to kill him again. He's gonna cast a tormented look at Escher, and he's gonna go, "I'm sorry, my love," and he's gonna take off at a run for the basement.
I feel like technically he'd try to grapple you, but that's just hilarious. Like,
yeah, this twink.
What the fuck is he gonna do to Ember? He's a spellcasting cleric, and his strength mod is 2. He's not gonna grapple you. Oh no, I'm sorry. His strength mod is 0.
Oh, yeah.
Even better.
All right, so you roll away, leaving your mind-controlled husband behind with all the Hellfire engines and the deity. So you can
Yes.
get to the top of the basement stairs, but you cannot go down on your turn.
Okay.
Baku, you're up. Is there anything you want to do while you're outside?
Oh, hey, tell Baku to go rescue my fucking husband.
Baku is about to ask Kostya, like, should I message Vasha when they get a vision of Ember with definitely mind controlled, or something is up there with Escher on top of him and like attacking him, and they're like, what okay. And
Kostya's like, what's going on?
I should imagine that you are like 500 feet away from them now.
I saw Escher attack Ember.
What?
We have to go to them somehow.
Maybe if we hadn't gone all this way away, it would have been easier.
Kostya's a bitch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Salty.
But like Baku is like used to this from like all of their friends complain a lot. They're like, okay.
All of the flavors. You came at me salty.
Right. It's like, sorry, I was going to take somebody else, but suddenly you were shoved towards me. Vasha made that decision for you.
Vasha's not allowed to make those decisions for me.
Okay, well, anyway, plan. Let's see, what else can they do?
Keep Dimension Door back in.
You have a limited number. That's like a 5th level spell slot, I'm pretty sure.
That was it.
It is a 4th level. But yeah.
A limited number of 4th level spell slots. Escher only has 3 4th level spell slots, so.
Exactly. Yeah, I was like, God, should I just Dimension Door down there? Shit. Yeah, okay, I guess they're gonna be like, and then they look at Kostya and is like, you can do whatever you like, but I have to help my friends, and is gonna Dimension Door
Whatever
out.
you like. Good idea. Maybe like to go to Neverwinter? Like warn somebody? Like get an army?
Yes, that. Do that.
Neverwinter is not within 500 feet.
No, but Kostya can fucking like grab a horse and book it.
Right, exactly. I was like, Baku's just like, you go get help, do whatever you want, I have to help. Sure, goodbye.
Call more gods.
Find another god. You can get another one, right? It's probably fine.
Yeah, I'm able to switch on a minute's notice. That's how clerics work.
Good plan, good talk, bye.
Thanks for nothing!
Welcome!
Okay, Baku, you want a Dimension Door back into the fray.
Back to Escher.
So you cast Dimension Door again. Make sure you're keeping track of these spell slots. You've got one more of them. So Ember is no longer there. Ember has disappeared. Escher is on his hands and knees in the rubble, white fire rippling out of his eyes. Lathander is still going to town on those bad Hellfire engines. Baphomet is hefting his axe up, looking like he's ready to get into it with Lathander. There are rocks flying directly over your head. They haven't noticed you. It's a hot mess. What do you want to do? I mean, technically, you've already used your
I was like, I already used a spell. Yeah.
But think about what you want to do, because there's not a whole lot you don't have a lot of options.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of options. That's why I was like, what's the point of thinking?
Kostya is up next. Does Kostya want to just make for the stable and fucking book it for Neverwinter?
Yeah. Yeah.
We can remove Kostya from the initiative order, because he's going to get help. It's going to be a while, though. Neverwinter's like a day and a half.
He's out of danger. That's the good thing.
You know, maybe.
Next up in the order is Bashaba. Bashaba is turning this small glass vial over in her hands. She hesitates for a moment and then pulls the cap off, and then nothing happens. And then she looks kind of like she holds it up to her eye and looks into it like, all right, this is gonna take a little more doing, I guess. She kind of like shakes it, like trying to pour something out, but nothing happens. Yeah, exactly, like a really fancy ketchup bottle. And nothing happens. Vasha, it's your turn. You are fleeing, pursued by shadow demons.
Well,
You could keep booking it if
the
you want,
rocks
or you could
didn't attack. They were just following me?
They weren't close enough to attack.
Okay.
It looks like they want to attack. You can't solve all your problems with arrows, Vasha.
I'm gonna try. No, alright. I guess they just keep running. It's like antithesis to everything that they stand for, but they just keep running.
There's probably a little bit of, dread recollection hitting them, too.
Yeah.
Like the last time you tried to fight these things, it didn't go so well for you. In fact, it kind of ruined your entire life.
Yeah, just a bit.
Alright, Vasha runs. Vasha keeps running. It is Escher's turn. The only one who can see his action is Baku at this point, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Baku, you see Escher stand up. There is white fire still rippling out of his eyes. And Shemeshka appears beside him. She kind of looks him over, makes one little turn around him just to inspect him, and she says, well, all right. Doesn't seem like that useful of an ally, but whatever. Not my call. She fastens a strange metal collar around his neck, and looks back at you, Baku, winks at you, and then they both disappear.
Ugh. You bitch, you give me back my husband.
The Hellfire engines are... Baku... You can see in the background, Baku, Lathander, he takes out one of the Hellfire engines, and they are trying futilely to attack him, but again, he's immune to fire damage, so there's not a whole lot that they can do to him. But Baphomet is going to join the fray, and you can see that fucking match of titans just happening in your backyard. Just happening. You can't stop it. The Vroks are gonna follow Vasha, and Lathander is gonna fight. Everything is terrible. Ember, you have reached the cellar. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find the vial.
You come, I imagine, sort of sprinting down the steps as best you can, because you did take just a lot of damage recently. You are slightly crispy. And through the darkness and the cellar, which is making very upsetting noises, you don't think it's going to be long before this thing collapses on top of you. You can see Bishaba standing there with the Anvatar, and she turns her head and looks at you and smiles viciously. Sort of taunting, like, what are you going to do about it? And what are you going to do about it?
I'm gonna be Ember.
Oh, rip!
I'm gonna step forward and say, put that down, you bitch.
She kind of chuckles and she says, make me Light Slinger.
Ooh, them's fighting words, literally.
Is Ember stupid enough to go toe-to-toe with a goddess? Let's find out.
Ember goes to reach for his sword.
Then remembers he doesn't have one.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, oh shit.
He's gonna look back up at her and say, what are you planning to do with that?
She says, oh, don't worry. This vial isn't for this world. Once I figure out how to get Nagoth back out of it, I'm going to unleash it on the other world. Can you hear me, Amber? This thing is coming for you!
You're being a real cunt right now, so if you could stop, it'd be greatly appreciated.
She bursts into laughter, and Ember, you do not know why. She just talked to someone named Amber, you don't know who that is.
Actually, in all fairness, he'd be confused and think she was talking to him.
Because someone just had to pick a name similar to theirs.
Also, why wouldn't you talk? Ember's like, everybody talks about me and to me, right?
It's the House of Tremaine show.
I'm the center of the universe.
Right, I'm the main character.
You are not mistaken.
We know.
You still have a turn, Ember, if you want to do something, like, it's gonna be stupid, but I'm desperate to see it.
Oh, God.
So this is the question Tessa is, how many of those awkward, agonized sighs are you going to have to cut out or shorten?
Oh no, I'm leaving all of them in.
Gonna be like
They're like cocaine to me.
20 minutes of sighing. Love to do the special cut.
Here's what's going to happen. He is going to start to lunge towards her in just an idiotic, insane, stupid rush on her, because that's all he knows how to do. And then it's gonna feel like he hit an invisible wall.
For the listeners at home, I gave all of them, they have explicit control of their characters. They have control over their dreams and visions, and their body. And Ember It sounds like Amber is saving Ember from doing something suicidally dumb.
Yep. He's gonna find himself not in control of his body. He's gonna find himself running out of that fucking basement.
Like, what the fuck? Why am I going?
You hear mocking, jeering laughter all the way up the steps, Ember. Even as you are no longer in control of your body. Where do you want him to go, Amber?
Out. Just
out?
As far as he can make it on it. He's gonna dash as far as he can make it out of the building.
Is Baku gonna see him, like, booking it?
Away from all the
yes.
prey, obviously.
Yes, actually, you come back up the stairs and you see Baku. Baku, you just watched Shemeshka and Escher vanish.
Yeah.
So far as you are aware, Escher has been kidnapped.
Hey, Ember!
I have bad news!
Shemeshka took Escher with a collar. They're gone.
Kay, why the fuck would you tell Ember that?
Hey, quick question, Kay! Hey, real quick!
It's a really dumbass move. Just saying.
Like, technically, I can't actually do anything until it's my turn.
Yeah, because you're not in control of your body anyway, so what can you do?
But, well, no, I'm gonna give him control back. But, like, why the fuck would you tell him that right now?
It's still your turn.
No, it's not his turn. It's your turn,
Okay.
Baku.
It's your turn!
Okay. Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
You might want to
Ember's
dimension
gonna
door Ember out.
I was gonna say, Ember's gonna stare at you dumbfounded.
Be like, which is why we have to go now. And then, yeah, dimension doors them the fuck out. And that's the last time I can use it.
Alright, you dimension door out to the front. It is right around the time that Vasha makes it out. You all sort of appear at the same, right outside the front doors, and as you do that, you hear this tremendous cracking sound. And suddenly the entire Tremaine estate begins capitulating in on itself. The two shadow demons that had been in pursuit are suddenly crushed by this enormous plume of rock and smoke, and I need all of you to make dex saving throws with advantage because you are not technically inside the house anymore.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter with
Just
advantage
a regular
or not.
saving throw for me.
Right.
Yep. And Ember and Baku, you both take 8 bludgeoning damage. Vasha, you backflip away from it or some Legolas
Like
shit like that, yeah. From the rock flying out. The Tremaine estate is completely capitulated. Ember, it is at this point you realize that your mother was still inside there.
Oh.
As were all the servants.
Yep.
And then we skip back to the Feywild. Sal is still over you, Nyla, petting the back of your head, trying to calm you down from the pain that you still feel radiating through your skull.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there whimpering. Quietly. Somewhat bravely.
In a badass way.
In a badass way.
Crying in a badass way, yes.
I forget how we were all situated. Like, have we gone out of the thing? Are we still in with the hags?
You
or,
are still.
Where are we?
Yeah, this just happened. You are still in the cave, which smells, by the way, like seaweed and rot. Not a great smell.
Yeah.
There's lots of dead things strung up along the walls, big bubbling cauldron in the middle, and the hags all look a little bit nervous because you asked some pretty terrifying questions.
Mm.
The questions, we're done. We can't ask anything else.
Yeah, no.
You can't ask anything more of the contact with her plane spell, no. You still need to find out where the 1,000-star tree is. You do not know where that is.
Yeah, I mean, we were given to understand that they would know what exactly? That they would know dark things, or that they would know about magic stuff. It's been a while since we introduced them.
Their expertise is magical. You could they don't owe you any more explanations, but also they look a little scared of you. So you could probably use that to your advantage if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, Selwyn has used fear to her advantage before. Not always the best thing to do, but it does sometimes work.
You lose some points to humanity. Oh wait, wrong game.
We're playing Vampire the Masquerade now.
I feel like necromancy loses you humanity a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's
easier.
by default. I mean, if you want to ask, I can ask too. Don't matter. Selwyn, Ariazis, Qatar.
Okay.
Not
No,
Normally-
Nyla's busy.
Yeah,
bleeding.
normally Salvador would, but like Nyla's like his best friend. I feel like that's canonical now, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nyla and Sal
No,
are
that's-
besties.
That's
Aw.
very true. She learned Elvish from him. She tells him things she never tells anybody.
Aw.
I stand their friendship so hard.
Yeah, so who wants to ask them the thing?
Well, I mean, Selwyn can, but we also had that other plan, right?
Yeah, so who do you want to do that together? Or
I feel like
like both Ariazis and Selwyn, or what?
sure. Why not? Double teaming on intimidation, yeah.
Sex joke. Sorry, I couldn't think of one, but I want credit.
Okay, sure.
So wait, instead of saying an actual sex joke, we just shout sex joke.
Exactly. we
Listen,
just
I'm
yell out, "Sex
asexual.
joke!"
This is the best I can do.
Right?
Can I do this for all jokes instead of actually making a joke? Just shout
Right,
out
exactly.
sex
If you can't think of one, just say sex joke.
joke?
Right.
This is acephobic.
It is. It is.
Look, I'm as the sole straight person in this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm
Kat-
being
we'll say that.
against.
Yeah. But we'll say that Qatar like hangs back because like he's worried about Nyla had her eye literally ripped out and that's kind of not cool for your friend to see, so he's like hovering over like nearby Sal and Nyla like
Yeah, and I mean, like, Selwyn is upset and, like, really wants to help Nyla too, but also recognizes we really need to get as much information as we can.
mhm.
And, like, while they're looking terrified is probably a good chance, and then we can GTFO, and maybe somebody can do some magic. She doesn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, like, she's been leading most of the information gathering, it seemed like, between her and Qatar. In this situation. Okay. 1,000-Star Tree. That's the name of the thing.
Yeah, I was like, we need to
What
find the thing.
hell
Mhm.
was that?
The hags all look at each other nervously and then look at you like they don't know what you're asking.
Oh, sorry, no, that was actually me asking what the hell was that weird noise in my apartment.
Oh, okay. I was like, it sounded like Selwyn's voice.
No. Sorry.
And I just checked, Sel has commune, so he can ask his deity questions, plot questions, if you want him to.
Cool. Not right now.
Yeah, he's a little busy at this particular moment.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Not at this rate.
Mm-hmm. Staunching bleeding and all that, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah. I know too much about eyes. Ugh, God. Okay, anyway, sorry. Focusing. Okay. So Selwyn is going to glance back over at Nyla and glance over at Ariazis and just give like a, should we ask them for more? Like they look like they're kind of freaking.
And yeah, she's like, her face is like, oh yeah.
Okay. What is this 1,000-Star Tree and where can we find it?
The hags sort of like scuffle backwards away from you a little and start muttering to each other nervously. Should we tell her? I don't know. They seem kind of scary. I don't want to mess with anyone what they're doing. And finally, Verania, the one in the middle, turns her eyes and she says, "They're in the north of the great forest. It moves. So be ready for that."
Moves how? Is it predictable?
Says, "No, it's alive. It ambulates." And Qatar, I would like you to roll plus nature, please.
Okay. Plus nature. Let me just get into that sheet, the right sheet. Which I have proficiency in.
Yeah, I mean, he's a druid.
He's
so-
a druid, yeah.
yeah.
Then he is also wood elf.
Woof,
Nice.
27. So in the northern part of the high forest, Qatar, in the Primaterial plane, there is something called the Grandfather Tree.
Oh, yes.
It is a sacred site among druids, and you can't help but feel like, so the Grandfather Tree doesn't move anymore, but it used to, and you can't help but feel like maybe in the Feywild, the Feywild equivalent of the Grandfather Tree still moves. And maybe that's what this is. you know where the grandfather tree is in the prime material plane, so theoretically you should be able to get, at least in, like, the close proximity to whatever this 1,000-star tree is.
Yeah, he's going to make, like, a ruminating sound, like, And then, going to, seeing as the other two are preoccupied, Nyla and Sal gonna go over to Ariazis and Selwyn, like, I know where the grandfather tree is, and if it's anything like that, I should be able to help us find the 1,000-star tree.
I like to imagine in the background the hags are muttering to each other, it's like, well, you know, it's alive. I mean, all trees are alive, but this one in particular, it walks around. Please get out of here. We don't like you. This is spooky for us.
Yeah, Katara's about to, like, turn around and quip. It's like, of course it's alive. Of course all trees are alive. But, like, all right, thank you for your information. We shall leave you.
Sal kind of pats Nyla's back. It's like, y'all right? Yeah, you think you can move?
Well, I haven't tried yet, but I guess
I'll make you a really cool eye patch, Nyla.
That sounds great.
I can stitch a little raven. Actually, I should probably get Ariazi to stitch a raven into it. I don't know how to do it.
I can stitch! She's gonna come over like, oh, so somebody say stitching.
And while you guys are doing that, I don't know, we talked about not, I don't know how Selwyn would take a voice in her head.
Yeah. Well, why don't we find out?
Yeah, exactly.
YOLO!
Because then I have to act out how she takes it.
Doesn't have to be Selwyn. You don't even have to tell them at all. Technically, it doesn't affect them, although it definitely affects them. Just.
Oh yeah, we had plans for both groups, so we're just, like, muttering through.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how we implement the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so, while Ariazi's just, like, diverts over, Selwyn finds herself just suddenly rummaging for her spellbook. Not quite sure why. She flips to an empty page and begins to write. And what she writes is...
I imagine all the other failures are like, this happens like 5 or 6 times a day, so they're like, yeah, right. Okay, she's doing the thing again.
They're like,
yeah.
trying to help Nyla out of the cave. Like, whatever, I can give
like,
it red eyes.
Oh, the wizard's writing in her spellbook, what a shock.
Right.
Which, like, Nyla, by the way, in theory, her legs should be fine, but she's acting like she can't walk.
Right. Ariazi's trying to distract her with, like, okay, what color do you want the eyes? And do you want, like, background? How big is this eye patch?
Okay, so Selwyn is going to write out, what did I have the phrase as last time? Alright, she's gonna write out, you need to contact Vasha right now, and you need to tell him how to find you. And she is reading this as she writes it, and looks up at the others. Guys?
By the way, are we outside of the cave yet, or do we just,
no,
like...
not yet.
I imagine that you've begun the process of, like, limping out of the cave a little bit. Okay. The hags want you out. They want you gone. You're spooky.
Yeah. I mean, she kind of thinks better of, like, talking about this inside the cave, and follows you guys out, like, guys, we need to talk.
What's wrong, Selwyn?
Can it wait?
Not really. Somebody just wrote something in my spellbook.
It was you, Selwyn. We all watched you.
It wasn't me.
You wrote it, yeah. No, but we saw your hand move, so...
Yeah, my hand moved, but it wasn't me.
I'm really tired. Can we get back to an inn, maybe? And
do you want to wrap my shoulders, Nella?
Yes.
Okay.
Selwyn writes out another sentence. What did I say? It reads, this is Val, the one that Bishapa was talking to. We are on another plane, and we are trying to keep Bishapa from completing her plan. You need to contact Vasha now.
I imagine at this point, Sal is already ducking down so Nyla can ride his shoulders.
Guys, this thing is insisting that we need to contact the others.
What thing?
Contact who? Ariazis asks.
Vasha, the elf. at the
twink?
Tremaine.
Like,
Don't act
Qatar
like
has
you
no
weren't
idea.
noticing. Was he the one that made me shout I'm gay, or was that a different one?
I don't remember. You're so gay.
I am very gay, that's true.
And Ariazi's like, no,
Also,
I think that was the
didn't think
cleric.
twinks were your type. But I think we're digressing. Seriously.
And then they argue about twinks for 20 minutes.
Qatar's like,
Let's bring back the twink twunk debate.
oh no, let's not.
No, we seriously need an outtakes reel.
Yeah, so Qatar has no idea who these people are. Like, who's
Yeah.
Vasha?
They were they were heroes. They apparently saved the multiverse, the planes. We never got details, did we?
No, I was very distracted by my gay, so.
Yeah, Ariazi's like,
we
know,
know.
an elf. And Qatar's like, okay, I don't need any more information then. Elf is good.
They're both wood elves, they're probably distantly related somehow.
Yeah, he's like, also
Probably.
wood elf. And Qatar's like, now I'm even more interested.
So, Bishaba's been talking with these other people. Wasn't one of the names Val?
You mean when she was doing her crazy ramble thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was really crazy.
She's really crazy. I don't think we should take all that rambling literally.
Selwyn writes another sentence that says, she's not as crazy as you think. You need to trust me. Please contact Vasha now.
And Qatar and Ariazis are going to, like, open their mouth to say something, but then they hear this wind rustling through the trees, like, listen to her. And they both like, oh!
I mean, you can't control the wind rustling through the trees. You can make them think it's wind rustling through the trees.
That's what I was going for, yeah. They think that it sounds
also,
like
there
wind.
are no trees for, like, at least a mile and a half, but
Yeah.
okay.
The wind off the water.
There we go. The wind. They'll say, they think that they hear wind, like, rushing through the caves or whatever, like, that sounds like someone whispering, listen, and then listen to her. And then they both look at each other and they're like, well, that's druid shit, alright.
So it's just like, you heard something.
Sounds druidy
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. The druids look at each other and nod, and Qatar says, somebody told us to listen to you, so...
Amber's leaving Nyla alone. She's suffered a lot.
No, that's totally fair. Like, there's a reason that Val left Vasha alone. Like, there's only so much Vasha's mind can take.
Right, yeah, so then Ariazis is going to, like, tilt her head, like, what can we do from here? How can we help this person?
Selwyn's hand writes out another sentence. It says, tell Vasha how to find you. He can use plane shift to come find you and tell you what's going on.
That's true. He can use plane shift. Or he has, like, that feat, that special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he can use it, only him.
Yeah.
Qatar, like, are you, like, explaining what you're writing, or, like, we looking over?
Oh, yeah, no, she's reading off anytime she gets a new sentence.
Yeah,
Okay,
Qatar's
so now
like,
that Sal is paying attention, this is getting pretty spooky for him.
Yeah.
Qatar, like, raises an eyebrow, like, I also have plane shift.
I think Selwyn is going to make an insight check to see if, like...
If she believes this? If the
if she
spooky
believes
writing?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or
fine.
like, yeah, or like an arcana check to see what this could be, or I don't know.
Let's go with insight. I think that's your
okay.
instinct was correct on that. No, you don't believe it. This is some hooky spooky bullshit going on. You think it's a demon or like a devil or maybe it's Bashaba somehow tricking you. No.
That was a natural failure.
That was a natural one, listeners, yeah.
Shitty roll. Shitty roll.
Oh
Bad
boy.
timing.
So Qatar and Ariazis are still looking at you like, okay.
I don't know. This is weird. This is just bizarre. I don't know.
I feel like Ariazi says, like, I feel like a lot of weird and bizarre things have been happening, because Bishaba and her realm of chaos and that.
So I was like, I mean, not for nothing. Like, don't get me wrong, this is real spooky, but I also don't trust it, and it seems like it's a diversion from getting the Fey Pillar, which if Bashaba was gonna trick us, she would trick us by making us not get the Fey Pillar, right?
Probably. Her hand writes again, you can continue to the tree, but you need to contact Vasha. Please, right now.
This is real spooky.
Selwyn is going to use the Eldritch Sight, Eldritch Invocation, which allows her to detect magic. She's going to, see if, something's controlling her.
You do not detect any magic on yourself apart from the ones you expect. Because, you guys are loaded with, magical items and shit.
Right, yeah, right.
Like, your dress is magic and,
oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So she definitely shares everything like that with the group, explaining that, I don't see any kind of control over myself or anything.
Is she, looking at everybody else while writing? Because that would be really creepy.
Don't do that.
No, she's looking down to write, because otherwise she doesn't know what to read. She's reading it as the words are being written down.
She's talking I don't know what's controlling me, and her hand is still writing.
No, that's one of my my notes.
Spooky spooky.
Yeah.
So I guess, can she make an Arcana check to see if there's something that could control her without magic like that?
Yeah, you could make that Arcana check. Sure.
Okay.
26. Okay. So a list of things that could theoretically control you without direct magical effects that you would be able to perceive with detect magic. That's a pretty short list. It could be possession, maybe. That's possible. It could be some sort of a magical creature working toward this for some reason. So is it possible that this is some hooky spooky bullshit? Yes, that is still possible. It's not a very long list of things it could be, though.
Okay. So she's probably rattling that off. Sal, can you, do anything clericy to check this? Or,
this isn't really my domain,
right?
This isn't really my domain, Sylvain. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, I study spooky shit for a living, and I don't know what this is.
I can bless you. I can throw holy water on your face. That's about it.
Milo looks up at this point and has just been exhausted. She just looks bone tired. It's just
she's still on Sal's shoulders.
Yeah. And she's
draped over his head.
This is a lot of fucking conversation. And I'm very tired.
Sal says, I think the main...
fucking contact these people. What'll do?
How do we contact them? Ask the one with contact. Ask the one with commune.
Wizard shit.
It just sounds it just seems like this is suspiciously distracting,
I mean, yeah, but so is this fucking conversation. So
yeah, Ketar is
we're gonna be here forever, and my eye really hurts. So why don't we just fucking contact Vasha, and then it's not like that. We don't have to do anything after that.
Sal says, I suppose it's true. I mean, if nothing's wrong, we can just talk to Vasha.
Yeah, it'll just be a message, and it's okay, you're fine. I'm glad to hear you're okay, and we all move on, and then we can figure out how to fix my fucking eye.
Ketar agrees, and says, wood elves are no nonsense, so if there's anything up, they will definitely, he doesn't know their pronouns,
Right.
Vasha, this person will, let us know.
Alright. Do you have enough spell slots to send message, Selwyn?
I believe so. Let me double check. It's not message, it's sending.
Remember. Oh, my bad. Message is the cantrip, sending is the the fancy one.
And I do have spell slots for it, so...
How many? You can use a higher spell slot if you want to, but that's just... it's just a penalty.
It doesn't do anything at higher levels.
Yeah, if that's only if you run out of the ones that... you can use a higher spell slot, it's just not advisable because it doesn't earn you anything extra. It's just if you run out.
No, she's got 3 spell slots to cast it.
Okay, so you've got up to 3 attempts to communicate with Vasha.
Yep.
What do? What ask?
All right. Let's see. She is going to say. I gotta be careful about this because 25-word limit.
Listen, if it's gonna take an hour and a half, just come up with a question.
I'm gonna start this shit show all over again.
Okay, so she is going to say, like, I'm gonna have her write out what she should say. So, Vasha, we are heading to the Grandfather Tree's location in the Feywild. Come to us and tell about the Anvatar.
1,000-star tree.
Okay, this is what you're sending in the sending?
Yeah?
How does she know about the Anvatar?
I wrote out in her book to say in the sending.
Okay, Val is directing her to say this. Okay.
Yes, Val is directing her to say this.
That's not suspicious at all.
Like, what?
Selwyn,
so
Salvador is definitely going to be like, that's,
at this, like,
maybe
what
not
is
do,
that?
maybe don't do that. Maybe that seems suspicious.
Yeah.
What the fuck is the Avatar?
I don't know.
This is this is taking a left turn into Spookyville.
Yeah.
Okay,
And, you're normally
I'm
spooky,
gonna
but...
try something different.
Hey, Vasha, are you okay? No!
Waste of a spell.
Get out of my head! I feel like the druids are off whispering, like, does this happen often?
No. Okay, so I think she's gonna propose actually asking, Vasha, is there danger there? Someone is telling me to ask you to come to the Feywild.
All right, so let's hop back to the Prime Material plane very quickly. So you all, I imagine, there's been a couple moments of silence as you watch the entire castle just capitulate on itself. There is smoke and dust and snow just everywhere, and you can't tell the difference between the dust and the snow, which is troubling. And it's been probably a couple minutes. You can still hear the distant sounds of Lathander taking some fucking Hellfire engines to church. But other than that, what have you done?
Well, Baku took some damage, so they're like, ow.
Ember just lost his mother and his husband in one go. How is Ember feeling?
I think he's in shock. It's a bad day for the Amber character suite.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Really, really,
Lots
really
of
is.
personal losses all around.
I feel like Kostya would probably feel an impetus to help his brother, hug him or something.
Kostya's not there though, remember?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, Kostya. Maybe Vasha then. Kostya fucked off to Neverwinter to get help.
Oh, fuck. Vasha's probably worried about where Kostya is.
Yeah. No, completely.
Who is the last person you saw with Kostya?
Baku?
Yeah.
Baku can definitely, he went to I think Baku was there when Kostya went to Neverwinter, so Baku can be
I mean, Baku just, left him on his own to go to Neverwinter, though.
That is
suggesting
true.
It. So I think, Vasha is going over and just holding Ember's elbow, but turns urgently to look over at Baku. Where is Kostya?
Baku sort of tries to rolls their shoulder and looks at Vasha and is like, to get help to Neverwinter.
And you saw him go?
You did,
just
Baku.
Before,
yeah, you would
just before I left to go to Ember and Escher.
Okay.
And as you are all sort of processing this, wow, this has been a bad day. Suddenly, a very familiar voice rings in your head, Vasha, and you can read that message again if you'd like to remind us all.
Okay. Vasha, is there danger there? someone is telling me to ask you to come to the Feywild.
And how do you handle that news, Vasha? That
Uh,
voice in your head?
Probably literally stumbles into Ember. Because they're not used to hearing voices in their head anymore.
Oh no.
You weigh
been a
like
minute.
80 pounds, so Ember doesn't even notice.
Ember's like, strong breeze.
Yeah, this little twig of an elf.
But then it probably would be jarring at first, but then you remember, like, oh, this is a very particular spell. Baku has probably used this spell on you once or twice. Probably for, like, hilarious stuff like, Vasha, bring me some tea! I don't want to go downstairs! Like, bullshit like that.
I don't have sending, but I have message.
So
Baku would absolutely waste a spell slot trying to get Vasha to bring them something.
Okay, so let's see. They hear the message in their mind, recognizing you as the sender if they know you, and they can answer in a like manner immediately.
Yes, so you recognize the sender. So, yep, it's that twiggy little necromancer girl. You killed her skeleton.
Oh.
I did not.
You were present when the skeleton was killed.
This is true. So I think Vasha's response is going to be, can't help now. Tremaine estate leveled. Bashaba and Lathander and Baphomet here. Escher's gone. Many dead, unsure what we will do next.
Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. Thanks for listening. If you can't wait for the next episode, good news! You can join our Discord server to listen to episodes in pre-release, chat with me and the other Failers, and even listen live to episodes as we record them. Check it out at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. You can get information on the characters, players, and links to social media on our website, critfailclub.com. Crit Fail Club doesn't advertise at all. We rely entirely on word of mouth. So if you like our show, share it with a friend or on social media. We can't do it without you. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Literally just a flashing light and a voice screaming really loudly in his ear, "Call a thunder!"
I like how this is all indicative of the players. Like, Val and Baku, they get, like, these really abstract visions, like, oh, you see your mother dying, you see those strange heroes you met before. And Ember is like, call a thunder, you dumb bastard!
Wait till you see the list.
Original plan had for also abstract, but now I think we're done with
Yeah, you don't have